Were you introduced to Slack via cold email? Yet Slack and all of the biggest product-led companies are hiring 50% more sales reps every year. Why? Because the way we're selling software is changing, and companies embracing that shift are winning big. Enter product-led sales. Product-led sales is when you use the product itself as the main source of revenue acquisition. It includes lead gen, converting users to paying customers, and expansion. Kate Taylor recently said that if you let product lead and sales follow, this natural flywheel starts happening and it just clicks for customers. So you want to let your product do the heavy lifting. Let your users get to value and involve sales on the most qualified accounts that reach key milestones. The main benefits of product-led sales are high LTV and lower CAC. A recent Redpoint survey has found that having sales reps in the PLG funnel increases both paid conversions and LTV by 4x. Your CAC will also be lower because most of your top of funnel is handled by your product and most of your users can convert without sales. But why is product-led sales important right now? Because we're in the middle of 3 powerful market shifts. Number 1, the rise of the user. End users have more control over which software they want to use and don't need to ask for permission anymore. Number 2, the work from home era. People encounter your business online, and trying before you buy is not a nice to have anymore, it's expected. And finally, number 3, hyper competition. More competition on the market means acquire customers through marketing-led and sales-led methods is ever increasingly expensive. For example, the cost of running Facebook ads has doubled every year since 2017. Now that you've decided to go all in on product-led sales, let's talk about the big 3. Product-led sales is all about 3 main pillars: who, when, and what. Who is about focus. The average PLG business attributes sales resources to less than half of its user base. So your team needs to focus on the very best accounts and users. Defining what that means for your business will vary based on your ICP. It's usually a mix of demographic info like company size and key product actions taken by users. It can also take into account marketing and sales engagements like people following you on LinkedIn or going to your pricing page. Problem here is that those data points are often stuck in silos and never get to reps in time. But luckily for you, we've built Blinks. We track product, marketing, and sales engagements so that your customer-facing teams know who to focus on and when to engage. Which brings me to our second pillar, when. It's useless to engage sales too early. It's expensive for you and it's annoying for users. Instead, set up a killer onboarding flow, both in your product and through message campaigns. Then once your users are sending you buying signals, involve sales. Key signals can be when users reach certain milestones in your product, when they request information, when they're close to feature walls or paywalls, or when they hit specific pages of your website. Download our free ebook on product-led sales to get real-life examples from companies like Loom, Hugo, Pitch, and UserPilot. Last but not least is what. What is about content and getting your prospects' attention. For PLG sales, it's all about being contextual, working alongside your users, because success for them equals revenue for you. From my recent conversations with sales leaders at product-led startups, a few best practices stood out. The first one is acting like a consultant, putting yourselves in the shoes of users and sending them valuable content like business cases and help docs. The second is personalizing through facts. So using information that you know about your users, like what they've been posting on social media, recent news about them, or what they've told you during the onboarding process. Next up is using activity history to personalize. So engaging your leads based on how they're using your product. A good example of that is Hugo's Tech Touch sequence. And finally, being human through videos, community building, and empathy. A great example of that is our friends at Lemlist. And that's all for today. If you'd like to dive in deeper, make sure to download our free ebook called Value First, the complete guide to product-led sales. And if you're ready to start your product-led sales strategy, make sure to request free access to Blinks right now. Have a great day. See ya.